Do not attempt to adjust your speakers. The sounds that you're about to hear are various sounds that come from a human's mouth. So this is what we came with.
I feel like you can only use it when you're time traveling. It seems like
What?
seems like the only phrase.
Hence
you can
why
say.
I related to Star Trek. You're like,
No, I get it, but it feels like a term. You don't say it on a normal. You know, okay, somebody's going out of town for a couple of weeks. You can't say Godspeed, you know?
I absolutely have, and I.
It doesn't feel like that's when you say it. Oh, they're going on a voyage to space. Yeah, now I feel like I have to
your
say
kid's going off to
Godspeed.
college. Godspeed, son.
Right? That doesn't make sense. But okay, you're shooting off a rocket from Fort Carnival.
This is such a no. You only have a very specific use for it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what
This term is actually only available to astronauts.
astronauts or
Yeah.
expeditions outside the planet.
Yes. Yep.
Or time
Oh, you're off to
travel,
Antarctica
apparently.
for a scientific exploration. Godspeed.
See, I feel like those
You're over
are-
to Starbucks to
those
grab
feel
a couple
grandiose
frappuccinos. Godspeed.
See, imagine if my barista said Godspeed every day. I was like,
Oh,
no,
man. Good stuff.
no, it doesn't feel right. Welcome to episode number 5 of For the Record podcast.
Let's
You all
do
right?
Jazz hands. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jazz hands.
It's
Oh,
episode 5.
Yeah. Oh,
Name another time I could do this.
10. At 10.
You're right.
You can
Holy
do it at
smokes.
10.
I was at 6. No, it's 10. I have another
You can do it
opportunity.
at 5 and then
Holy
do it at 10.
crap.
But that's where
I
it
can't wait
ends.
till episode 10.
But that's where it ends.
You can get some feet.
But my name is Ronnie. This is Mr. Josim.
Josem?
Yeah.
Why you're putting an abruption on my name? There's
Josim.
2 syllables.
Josim here today. Today we're gonna talk about our personal stuff, things.
No.
No way.
Whoa!
That didn't come out right. That did not come out.
Please
right.
don't edit that out. We're gonna talk about our personal stuff and things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, my life.
We need
right
that
now.
record playing on that.
My life right
Personal.
now.
Oh, we've done some wedding horror stories. We talked
Yeah.
about weddings. We've done things like that.
What we stocked other horror stories.
Yeah,
But
these are
ours is not
personal.
necessarily horror, but just stuff that hasn't gone right and gone well, and has gone
Not to plan.
wrong.
Not
so
to plan.
not to plan, but somehow we've made it up. And even though we've made it up, sometimes there's lingering thoughts of something that's not right. So, yeah. Joey, why don't you start with yours?
Okay. So are we each doing one?
Yes.
Each doing one.
Or your collection of whatever comes to mind. Even could be a smaller thing, but it's like, oh, that happened. I remember.
All right. So what we try to do with our DJs is pair them to do their social as well as their wedding. We try to do that. Sometimes schedules don't work out, but that's it's always a good time when you can pair that up. You've done their social, you understand what their thoughts, feelings, emotions, style is, and then if it goes well, obviously you can really pump them up for the actual event, the wedding day. So, just a couple summers ago, the wedding was going really, really well. No problems at all. Yeah, I really had nothing to complain about. I was there on time. New venue for me. I was pretty pumped. This one, I know we tried to it isn't the end of the world. It's not like it was a disaster. So there was an option to, change names here. So we didn't, but the name is really important to this.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah. And I don't think this person, would mind me talking about it. So we are done the wedding portion. They've done the pictures, done the cocktail hour. We're about ready for grand entrance. Okay. Grand entrance. I'd say the grand entrance, I don't know about it for you, might be honestly my most stressful part of the choreographed pieces of the night. Ceremony, of course, but would you agree?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is the most part where you as a DJ have the biggest part in it. The reason being, we take it to another level. It's not just, we let the MC do it. We try to bring them in and we get the crowd hyped up, because this is the second time after everybody's cheered them on at the ceremony. This is the second time that they're coming into where everybody's seated, and everybody's still in an excited mode. And when the couple's coming in, we want this to be super high energy, so to set the tone for the rest of the evening. Is that grand entrance
I
point.
think that's why I think it's a tone setter.
Yeah.
Right? People have moved past the ceremony by this point. Who cares? They already got some drinks in them. They're married, la-di-da-da.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go always to the bride and groom or the couple getting married, go to them prior to the entrance. Talk to the wedding party, make sure that all is well. Clarify names, pronunciation, all those things. The bride's name is Casey. Okay. Her name is spelt not how you might typically spell the name Casey. Okay. This, I believe, has been an issue for her entire life.
Yes.
Entire life. She has been misnamed,
Or
teachers
mispronounced.
screwing it up. People asking her name like on her license, like all those things. And, some people don't really care. She cares. And that's okay. You have the right to care. It's your name.
Yeah.
She made it very clear. Casey.
Yeah.
Casey.
So tell them how it's spelled.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Kassie.
Yes.
Kassie
Yes.
for Casey.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole bridal party makes the joke. You should call her Cassie. Should call her Cassie on the thing. And I know from the death stare I got, and from the fact that it's her dang wedding day, no, that's not the time to make that joke. She jokes her whole life. She can't, respect the person's name.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get in my head a little bit though.
It screws with you.
You're just like, okay, no.
Yeah.
Casey, not Cassie. Casey, not Cassie. Casey, not Cassie. I'm over in my head. I'm not sure if something kind of got flubbed during the entrances, but they did the big thing. First up for the groom's the wedding party. Danielle and Josh. They do their whole thing. And I'm not sure if something kind of distracted me or what happened.
Right.
But you do that for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. So I, right then and there, loud and clear, and with maybe the most confidence I've ever said the bride's name.
Wrong.
Cassie. Cassie. And I just remember out of the corner of my eye, the whole bridal party right beside me just turned their head to more like, no, you did not. And I'm like, ow. I was so flustered. Casey, ow. And I'm like grunting in the microphone. I was so upset. Like I instantly, stomach dropped. I red. I was like, I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave instantly. I know it's just the name, and it didn't throw off the entire evening.
Right.
It's whatever. But
Right.
from that point, I just had this is the perfect moment and this big like elation. You're supposed to walk into your reception confident and happy and pumped that you were this new couple, and you screwed it up. Really screwed it up.
Yeah.
What relaxed it a little bit was the humor that Casey's father provided later that night, where she just, you could tell it upset her a little bit, and she just kind of shook it off and was like, "It's fine, it's all good." Gritting her teeth, and sharing. But for the welcome to family speech, her dad spoke, and he exclusively called me Jody for the rest of the night. Jody, and I was like, okay, it's fine.
I'm getting called Jody.
I wasn't arguing it. I wasn't doing nothing. And it's funny, that is actually the exact reason why people have fear of public speaking and having a microphone in their hand. Like, really, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't ruin their day. Yeah. It's a funny memory. I hope it's a funny memory for them.
Or hope they don't remember that part.
Well, they remember it. Are you kidding me? I've seen them at Superstore just hanging out. Hey, how's it going? They know. But it didn't ruin the energy of the day. We still had a great time. It wasn't, a full on horror story.
Right.
You know,
right.
no one.
But things that sort of stick with you, and it's like still, I guess, several years later.
Oh
and
my
here it is
gosh!
still,
Everybody has that one memory from when they were like 8 years old, where they're
yeah.
like, "Oh gosh, I wish I didn't do that." This is that one from a couple of years ago where I'm like, oh, just like, shake my head.
Yeah, and that's hard though. Sometimes again, I have had the same thing happen, and I've felt the same way, and I know they wouldn't care either because the wedding was great and we worked out well. The wedding was in Ipoh. It was for Jenna and Marceau.
Yep.
And I kept saying his name wrong. Well, I didn't keep saying it wrong. I kept reiterating his name was Marceau, and not what did I say? I said Marceau, because it's spelled Marseau.
The French, yeah, the French
Well,
spelling.
no, it's
Marceau.
more. No, he's more from Fiji. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like New Zealand, Samoan heritage, sort of. That's the background.
Yep.
And they had like family who came in, did the whole bit of some of the dancing and everything else at the wedding too.
And there's that extra pressure, like when you're around their family,
Yeah.
especially if like a big
yeah.
cultural change, right? Very familial style
Yeah.
wedding, and you're screwing up their nephew's name.
I was, and Lori was the wedding planner for it too, and I practiced so much before. I'm like, okay, say it this way, say it this way, say it this way. Grand entrance happens with utmost confidence, said it all, but I still didn't realize what I said, right? They come in, sit down, everything happens, and then one of the bridesmaids comes out and goes, the name is pronounced. I'm like, I just wanted to drop dead. I was like, it was such a moment where you're like, fuck, I have one job and I can't do it right because of the name. So it was that happened.
Are
to
you
me
still?
recently.
I just have this feeling that you're still like pronouncing it wrong to this day.
Look at this. Oh wait, his name is Marcio Gordon.
No, it is Marcio. I think. I think I'm saying it wrong. I think still saying it wrong. I think I'm still.
Marcio. That's how I always do him. Unless the
Or no, I feel like I'm saying it wrong again. It's not Marceau because that's what I said. It's supposed to be Marcio. But I gotta say it. I gotta do that whole thing again because I've said it wrong the entire
No,
time.
we got it. It's a name thing. Long story short, oh man,
Jeez. It is. It is Marcio, not Marceau, which I kept saying wrong again.
gosh,
So you could tell how much that name
the best
is.
the best is you with
off.
confidence. Of like, no,
Confidence again.
Wrong.
Again, said it wrong. I thought I said it right, and I did. Yeah. So
I'm
happens all the time, and God, that is wild. But I didn't know about this whole story, which is wild. I guess
Gosh.
we're gonna have to cut it out because she's gonna edit this.
Oh gosh.
Dang it!
Whatever.
This is wild, and that's how she knew. I'm like, well, how is she know?
I was
about
looking at
this?
her face for the past like 2 minutes. I'm like, she knows something. She knows something.
Marceau.
There can't be too many. And you said Fujian, and you're like, oh yeah.
But
Give me
my
a wedding
side of the
story.
story is that being said, yes, I do agree the name stuff. But
Name
my
stuff.
side of the story is a couple years ago, a few years
So
ago.
this is a different horror story.
This is a different story at a wedding. So I'm there. Like I'm taking care of the entertainment. Willis is taking care of the photos and everything. So we're like, we're it's a great team. We're working on it. The ceremony time comes.
Yep.
Ceremony is supposed to start at 2 p.m.
Yep.
It's 1:55. I don't have the groom or groomsmen or the bride or the bridesmaids. Nobody's there.
For those of you who don't know how weddings work, those are very important people to have at
To
your
have at
ceremony.
the ceremony,
Yep.
right? So people are already sitting down. It's indoor. It's happening indoors. People are already sitting down. 1:55. Nobody's to be found.
Mm-hmm. How about 156?
Nobody's to be found.
157?
A lady appears
Oh.
with a bag and a hanger, really tall bag, taller than her. She's holding it up here, and she's running across the hallway. And she entered in one door, exited the other door. A very long bag. Guess what's inside there?
A wedding dress?
Bingo.
Holy smokes. Leaving it a little late.
1:57. I see the lady, whoosh, and I'm like, what is happening? And then Willis comes down. Like a minute, the lady leaves, and Willis enters, and he goes, yeah, the wedding dress just got here.
Oh my goodness.
It was a seamstress lady that was
Screwed up or was doing some last minute
wrong-
alterations. Oh,
last minute
no.
alterations. And by the time they got her in the dress and they came down, it was 2:30,
Aye.
2:35. Okay.
You know, whatever. It's half an hour, but still. Oh gosh.
But what it ruined was the bride's mood. It still wasn't the way she wanted it.
Mm.
A couple of things were wrong. And God, it was a miserable day.
Yep.
For her, for the family, because it just ruined it right at the start. And one of the biggest important pieces of the day is the wedding dress. And she had to sit in it all day, go through all of it, and end the night. And she was not having a good day. It's like she couldn't. So after pictures, Willis came back. He's like, dude, they didn't want to take pictures at all. Like, not a lot of pictures were taken. We
Ugh.
only got some family. I couldn't get her to smile. I couldn't, the mood was ruined, so she just couldn't get herself back into it. But the groom absolutely was a champion through that. He just was there supporting her through the entire thing, and it was tough. But again, everybody could tell she was not happy, but she just kept putting fake smiles out there and everything. The kissing game.
She
goes
kept putting
completely-
face smiles that we
fake,
said?
fake.
Oh,
Yeah.
fake smiles.
Yeah, and then we cut the kissing part completely, the kissing game completely, because it was something fun that they were involved in, and she was nowhere near to do it.
Yeah.
And during the photos, it was not the greatest time. Willis was
That's tough.
being given the side eye a couple
Oh.
times, and this and that.
Yeah, that's really hard.
And then once the party starts, like everybody starts heavy drinking.
Oh, man.
But they controlled it. It was okay. But again, you can tell there was a period of just absolutely bad ramp up, and then it started coming down because they realized it's not good. And then, at 1:00 it ends. I couldn't find the bride. I tried to say goodbye. Like, nobody wants to talk to her. Like, Willis left, didn't say goodbye. I left. Yeah, so it was tough. But again, it's all because of that seamstress lady. So I blame it on her.
Seems stress, am I right?
Yeah.
Stress. I don't want to throw any judgment anybody's way. So what this brings to me is, like, that sucks. That really sucks. And especially because this bride had a vision and it was nothing like that vision. And ultimately you want to be happy on your day.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the conversation I want to bring up here is motivation to get married, not to take away from the love of your life and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But some people are this is extreme, but
Attached.
they get so attached to this image and this idea of what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Whether it's the bride who has that image, whether it's the mother of the bride,
Mhm.
whether it's family, whether it's the vendors, like this is how it's going to look. And if it doesn't go that, go that way, you have to roll with the punches.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like this person
At
didn't
the
do
end of the
that,
day,
but that sucks. That really sucks.
At the end of the day, I think in today's world at least, it has come to a point where people get married for the photos and the videos that happen, but forget the point of the wedding day is the marriage, is them, right? Yeah, as much as it's the wedding, and you want things to be your way, but you have to understand, at the end of the day, it's all about perspective. Is okay, what is important here? Is it this or that? Or at the end of the day, you have all you have to understand. Like, most of the family and friends that are there are never going to be there like that, gathered again, unless someone dies. Which is wild.
What she didn't realize, this bride, is that her experience, she and her reaction negatively affected everybody else at the wedding.
And that's something that you don't realize.
You don't realize, hey, you can be upset. That sucks. Like,
we all get it.
Oh, for sure. Like, that is craziness that, like, you understand, like, the cascade of effects that put in that scenario. But, that's so hard to do. Like, and what do you do in that? Do you tell her? Do you pull her aside? Like, if, he took it like a champ, the husband, but did the husband just go like, hey, like, listen.
It's her wedding day. She planned most of it.
Yeah.
She put every single thought together, every single design, everything, color,
Sure,
palette,
but do you
food.
put her, like, do you say, hey, like, look, listen, we have a 100+ people here that we need to be present for, and she clearly wasn't present. Yeah, I don't want to give her too much flack because that sucks, but that incident ruined everything, and I really would like to hot take. One moment does not need to ruin an entire event, right? Like one battle amongst the whole war, right? You can lose some things. It should not affect the whole thing. The wedding dress, I understand, is one of the big pieces, but like you still look beautiful. You still have this wonderful night you've planned ahead. Yeah, like sometimes dinner starts late. Hey, sometimes the limo driver, shows up to the wrong location. There's so many things, and it's stressful.
And but the best part about all of this, which showed her character a little bit more for me, was the next day after the wedding's done, I got a call, and they said, "Can we drop by?" And in my head, I'm like, holy shit, did I do anything wrong? Did I not play the right songs? Was the party bad?
Yeah.
And I'm like going through scenarios of what went down and just recapping the whole thing. And they came in and said, she just sat down and said, listen, I apologize for last night, how I behaved and how it was. It was just, I was completely off because of what happened. And I was disappointed in
that,
what
like
came
in
out to
that
be. And like they sat, we had a cool 10-minute conversation. I'm like, you didn't have to do this. I understand. It's your wedding dress that went wrong. I get it. She's like, no, but I didn't realize at the moment. But after that, like I was rude to some of the things, and that's not who I am. That's not how it is. It's just everything.
Hindsight's 2020 for sure,
right?
And I think you do it over, and that's why I say, because hindsight is 2020, and being that we're in the wedding industry
brings me nightmares. But okay,
hindsight is 2020, and being that we've done so many events, we're here to tell people and inform people that have weddings coming up. You have to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
Fairy tales. You think of any fairy tale ever, it's not smooth sailing. No. Fairy tale weddings have stories amongst it. That's the exciting part. That is the joy. That is the love. That is everything about it.
Because in 5-10 years time, you're gonna sit here and be like, "Remember when my dress showed up late to my family?"
I hope to God that no one ever has to experience that. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I really hope you don't have to deal with something like that. But
that's my story that I've always remembered that happened, and
wow.
it just threw off a lot of things, and I was like, okay, that was an experience, and that's something you get to learn and see, right? But yeah, that was mine. But
tough.
other than that was episode number 5.
Crazy.
Joey, do you have anything?
Nothing.
Interesting to say?
Well, I'm just thinking I'm gonna be this horse. That's tough. Like mine was bad. I felt like, oh gosh. Yeah, you can get married once, but that's a lot. It's
a lot.
That sucks.
And that's why we say us as an industry is not just us showing up and getting it done. It's just how to play with all these several variables that are gonna happen in a day happen on a day like a train is just constantly moving, and you gotta let something
hop
go,
on, hop off, go these things. Oh, poor bride.
Yeah.
Poor bride.
But
sorry.
Cool. So we're waiting for.
You're waiting.
I'm waiting.
Are you? You're excited for this?
Everybody's waiting.
You're looking forward to this, are you?
I'm not. I know the audience is.
Oh.
We have an audience of 9 people, so they're looking forward to it.
Joey's unique or interesting way of saying coffee. Kafifi.
No.
Kafifi.
No.
Kafifi.
No. Just because
it's a play on.
Thanks, Hayden.
No problem.
Kafifi.
No.
Yeah, just like you can change. No.
Honestly, this is the bottom. That was the bottom. No.
Like, what about? Okay, can I alternate with like coffee fay, like toffee fay, the treat coffee fay.
No, you said it already. You can't change to a different one.
Well, it's spelt the same. It's just pronounced different. Toffee fay to fifi. Someone please be on my side.
Nope. All right.
Someone
Ladies
in
and
the
gentlemen,
comments,
that's
please
episode
save
5.
me.
You don't have to we're hear any more of that.
No, please.
We are done. Closing.
Enjoy your morning kafifi. Ka-chow.
Jesus Christ. Nobody, and I mean nobody, that was bad. That was so bad.